Hey, welcome back, guys.
What's
It's your
going
girl
on?
Mercedes,
Your boy Los,
and this is our podcast, Agree to Disagree.
two-sided talk.
And today's topic is: should you tell somebody how to love you? What do you
Nice.
think?
Yes, because everybody has different love languages, or that's how you say that correctly. Love language, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Mhm.
form. Yeah. Okay. So
Mhm.
like,
I want to fix this just in case.
Ant would have been a great guest right now because he's really good on that whole love language thing. Me,
Yeah.
not so much because it's like. So yeah, I guess I would have to tell you, right? Because I don't really like. I like physical touch, but not so much physical touch. I also want you to be like, what's that word? Clingy, but not too clingy. Like I need my space sometimes, and sometimes I don't.
Mhm.
I'm that type of person. But like you would never know that because if I don't tell you that, how are you supposed to know? And I'm really big on that. I'm not a mind reader, so I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
So if you're not telling me, I don't really know how to go off of that.
I mean, I think you should tell somebody how to love you to an extent. Like, when you meet somebody, you're learning from each other. You're learning
Oh, you mean
you're learning how to
like
respect one another. You're learning each other's boundaries. You're learning who that person is, and yeah, you're learning how to love them. But I and like yeah, I mean, I guess like you do want some things like, oh, like I love like I like the texting in the morning, or like giving like things like that, like
yeah.
just telling
Oh
people.
yeah, text in the morning would be fucking
So
wonderful.
it's like those things are nice, or I'm sorry, not nice. Those things are needed,
Uh
but
huh.
I think also like when you love someone, it should come naturally.
No, okay. So when you say tell somebody how to love you, like, are you asking like how should I fall in love with you or make you love me or like you get what I'm asking? Like,
No, I feel like the question is plain as day, like telling somebody how to love you, like
okay, but and again that falls down to the love language part. Everybody has a different love language,
yeah.
so I
No, and
don't
I'm
know
saying
that
yeah,
part of you
you
until
should
you tell
communicate
me.
that, yeah,
Right.
but
So then that's telling somebody how to love you.
I mean, I just said like some things, yeah, you tell, but I don't think you need to tell somebody 100% fully. Like, I don't think like
Communication is key.
communication is key, but so is the
Hmm.
sense of understanding. And if
That
you
would
don't
be
understand,
communication.
so if you're not listening, like sometimes, how
I
long have I
don't
been
listen.
telling you I want to go on a
We're about to
romantic
go to
date?
White Castles to get a shake.
Yeah, and we still haven't. So that tells
We had to wait for
me.
the lawn people to go away.
I'm not talking about the shake. I'm talking about
No.
being on a romantic date. Still, it's been
Yeah.
like how many years, and we
It
still
hasn't
like
been years. We just
it's
went on a
taking
date.
I said like wine and dine. I
I'm not
don't. I
romantic.
told you. See, and that's what I get. I'm not romantic, but he'll
Nah.
make an effort to Google, YouTube how to fix his bike, put on pipes,
You know why?
but
Because
he
my bike
can't
doesn't
take two
talk back.
seconds to look up something nice for me.
My bike lets me ride her
So,
without any complaining. She never has a headache. She's never too tired. When I want to ride, she's riding.
and so do I. So I don't even want to go there. So so, but I think no. I think
I mean, I get what you're getting at. Like, you shouldn't have to walk somebody through how to properly love somebody.
because I feel like if I have like I get it. No, like you do have to learn. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like you learn each other's love languages. You don't necessarily have
Right.
to tell somebody. Like if I have
Uh,
to constantly tell you how to love me, then you're not for me.
right.
That's how I feel, honestly. Like if I have to constantly remind you, like it gets frustrating. It's like, okay, so do you even love me at the end of the day? Are we just together to be together, or like do you genuinely are you still in love with me because you still want to show me that person we
Now,
were
we're
in the
saying
beginning?
in love with you or loving because being in love with somebody and loving somebody are completely two different things.
I mean, I feel like now you're getting a little too
Well,
like
you just said that.
you're
That's why
trying
I'm
to go,
asking.
but like that's what we're talking. We're talking about
Okay.
love, like in a
Yeah.
relationship. Like obviously, like if you aren't in love, like I'm not gonna even. What's the point of telling?
Right.
The whole point is being in love.
I
So
there
that
I can agree with. I can agree with you there.
but
But I'm saying certain aspects, yes, you should tell somebody because
no,
again,
that's
not everybody's a mind reader, and some of
okay.
us
But
have
sometimes
trouble reading
okay,
certain things.
but even after you tell somebody, like they still don't listen. Like
Well, some
honestly,
of us are hard headed as fuck, and we need to.
is it hard headed or just being lazy and
No, some
comfortable
of us are hard headed. I mean,
and
that
being
too.
comfortable?
Sometimes you do get comfortable. I mean, that's life, and if you don't fucking hit them with a cattle prod,
Because
then
don't you think like it's the same? Okay, it's the same concept as like you men always, like you just said, and I know you're
Yeah.
like joking, but at the same time you're kind of being truthful. Like all like always complaining and things like that. Like the way you
Yeah.
get sick of that, like we get sick of like the constant reminder of like why can't we just do like I just I feel like it's a little annoying that like men get upset that women are constantly nagging or complaining
I never
because
said nag a lot. I
be-
mean, you nag, but
because like it's like what we complain and nag about is wanting to
It's the
be
same
with
shit,
you,
yeah.
like, and exactly it's the same thing. It's like if you would just do it, we wouldn't complain. And then it's like really, to me, like even from other people that I hear from my friends and stuff, it's like really sad to see like, like hear like, oh yeah, all she does is complain, and it's like, but what she's complaining about is time with you. Like that's sad.
But that's
it's
a double-edged sword
it's
then,
not
because,
like,
like,
complaining, but
and
this
I'm not
is what
saying you in general, but I'm saying like, there will be things that we were invited to or whatever, or I was invited to, and technically I don't have to invite you because it's a group ride or whatever the event is.
yeah.
Me being like, hey, you should come with me. That's kind of like me trying to spend time with you and do things. And I'm not saying like you don't go out with me, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like as an example.
No, yeah, and this is, but see, and that's where, that's another thing, and I feel like you're making my point valid on that.
Mhm.
Like, that's another thing. Like, you guys right away, you guys do things that you like, and you're like, oh, well, I invited you to spend time. Yeah, we're always doing what you guys want to do.
So why don't we do
like,
what you want to
why,
do?
like, because why can't you plan it? Like, why
How
can't
am I gonna plan
you...
something you want to do that?
No, but I'm saying, like, why can't you, the way you plan things with your friends, or put effort into things with your friends, or put effort into
You
things
could
that
ask
you
all
love.
my friends. They
Like,
usually
see,
plan
that's
it.
perfect. You put an effort into things you love.
No,
but
see-
don't you love me?
see, you're like-
put effort into me.
But you said
put effort
put
into
effort
me.
into making plans like with your friends.
Yeah.
99.9% of the time, it's because my friends plan that. I get invited to it. If you notice, like
But I
everything
just-
I've been
but, okay.
to, it was my friends who created this event, or I'm
But
going to
then you
support
help.
an
You
event.
still help, though. You still help organize it.
Okay,
you
so
do
then-
things. But you make the effort. You put in effort and you try. Or just
Yeah.
like with your bike.
Uh-uh.
Like, so... And it's because you love your bike. You love doing that. That's something... And you say it. And you do sometimes say, be like, it's because I love it. I want to go for it. I love it. Okay, but if you love me, put that effort. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much for me to come home. And, like, this is my love language. And I think that I've expressed it to you multiple times. Like,
Yeah, we've
you
already
know,
got
like...
to establish that like you need
yeah, like...
what's that word?
And
Not affirmation. It was like
No, like part of mine is reassurance, yeah.
reassurance.
But
that's the
no,
one.
but that, what I'm talking about right now is like, it doesn't take much to come home. Like, you know that I like a clean house or stuff, or like a clean house and like dinner, like, and you can even do like where there's like flowers. Like I told you, like picking me up randomly and being like, we're going to get tacos and we're gonna go sit by the beach and just talk. Like, it doesn't take much. Like I feel like men make excuses, and I'm using you as an example because obviously we go through stuff and it's the perfect example I can make. But like I feel like men like. They make excuses where they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you wanted to do that. I thought it would have been stupid."
But what about
well,
the
guess
little
what?
things
Guess what?
men do
But
and
guess-
they don't get recognition for it? What about?
Okay, let me finish what I'm
Okay.
saying though. Like you'll be like you guys will be like, "Oh, well, it's stupid because I don't know." You'll be like, I didn't know if you'd want to do that. I don't want to do it, and then you get all mad or something. But okay, what's gonna outweigh it though, right? If you tried, it's less mad. Not trying
Neither.
at all is gonna piss us off.
Neither.
Like, and it's not getting us nowhere. And it's just like
Because
again,
there's
it's
stuff
the
that
effort.
little things
you
that
assume
do.
though.
I don't assume. There's little things that do happen, or little things that I'll say me, for example, that I try to do, and it's like it gets overlooked because you're like, oh well, we didn't go to the beach, or we didn't do this. It's like, well, what the fuck? Why didn't the little part of that be like, well, I had
Okay,
a great
no.
day, thank you.
No, and I know.
Not a big,
so,
like,
so
fuck
no,
slap in the face.
it's always because, and I know a lot of women will probably say, "Yep, same thing." It's always the reason why it's not appreciated anymore is because I argued about it 3 days ago, and then now all of a sudden you're doing it.
So then
It's not the same.
okay,
It's not the same because it's like you
that-
did
that's
it.
A, that's a good. Go ahead.
You did it to just like because I complained about it. It's not like you did it because you wanted to do it. And that's how we feel. It's like, All these months go by, you don't do it, and then I talk shit, and then all of a sudden you do it on the weekend, and then you want like this praise. Like, no, like I'm upset and I'm hurt because it's like now I feel like you just did it to shut me the fuck up.
No, it's not. Okay, my turn. So it's not one. Is not to be get approval or appraisal or whatever the fuck you're assuming. You know, it's you're overlooking. Okay, so you just said it. We complain, so you guys do it a couple days later or the week after. So either way, we're fucked because if we don't do it, if we wait a couple weeks, you're gonna complain again because we didn't do nothing. So okay, we try to do something, right? And then we'll wait a little bit to try to like do something else. You start complaining already. So it's like fuck. You didn't even give us a moment to either figure something out or whatnot because right away you just complaining.
Yeah.
So either way, we're screwed.
So I can still back that up. Like, yeah, I'll be honest. The first time you guys do it, and you have to understand, it's the same concept in a different perspective with you guys, right? Like, like if you guys told us something and then we did it, it'd be like, well, you did it. You're gonna think the same way we are. So that first time, expect it, and you should be like, no, I'm gonna take accountability. You know, my wife has been, or my spouse too, girlfriend, whatever, has been telling me. So yeah, this first time it's gonna, man, I feel like an ass. Like this first time isn't gonna seem genuine. Yeah. But after this, I'm gonna be consistent, and then she's gonna appreciate it.
You know, that's really hard to do. Growing up like in a big family, like especially both of our sides.
Yeah.
There's always a fucking family party or birthday or something. Like look at the last like month. We haven't really had a weekend to ourselves. I think this is our first weekend to ourselves.
Yeah. No, I know, but. There's always time.
No, but I get what you're getting at, but I'm just saying, like it is hard, especially like the way our families are. It's like we have to kind of go type of thing. So it's like it's shitty because on top of having big families, we have our extended family that we're with, and they're always having something. Like, you know, we're doing 3 or 4 parties on a Friday or Saturday, so kind of like there's no in between there.
No, yeah.
But so you're saying that. Back on subject.
I mean, it is on subject. I was just saying, like, that's my love language, and like, you know, we shouldn't have to constantly.
But you're still telling me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should tell.
But I said to an extent. If I have to constantly tell you, though, it starts to become like, well, like, what's the point anymore? Yeah. That's what. Yeah. So like, I feel like there's like a medium, like meeting in the middle, like where like you should naturally know, like you should know, like, okay. Like especially after I tell you, like, okay, then you should be like, I know my wife's love language. Like, she wants reassurance. You know, and she likes the little things, like, you know, like, oh babe, we're going to get tacos. We're going to the beach. Like, you know, I love the beach.
You keep bringing up tacos. You're making me hungry.
You know how much I love the beach. Like, you know how much I like at night to take those night cruises, listen to music, just feel at peace.
We just gotta find a road over here because, like, I hate going back towards the city. It's not the same.
But. Yeah, it's just like, you know, like you learn, you know, like you even know my love language as far as like the little cute things. Because look how much cute things I used to do for you. And I know that it's not, but it's not because I told you. Like, I feel like, why do I keep doing it if you're not going to do it? You know, like, but it's like, those are little...
but that's where it
falls down to, and I will say, like, the 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No, what I'm saying is, like, so, like, you used to love doing all, like, making the books and the pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I've never really been like that. So, like, that's kind of
But no,
unfair.
and I'm not expecting you to, like, be, like, that creative, like, those cute things.
Yeah.
But, like, you are creative and there are things that you can come up with. Like
I've drawn you pictures.
It takes 2 seconds.
You still have the whole, like, stack of them.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard to
So you
explain.
should tell them you're...
You know what? Yeah, but not constantly. It shouldn't have to be constant. Like, if you love a person, you should know. Oh, my wife.
You don't have to tell me.
It's like an example, and this isn't for you. It's like I feel like a love language is. It's almost like too, like with respect, right?
Right.
I feel like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, you tell people your boundaries and stuff like that, but then after that, you should be able to respect them. Like okay, if like, for instance, let's say like, okay, so a lot of people today like. I know one of the biggest things is like this thing with social media, right?
Right.
So let's say someone tells somebody like, you know, I don't like you having that and that person on there. Right. But then they continue to do it. Like, it's like they told you once, they shouldn't have, like now you're being, like, it's the same concept as that. Like, once I tell you, you should know my love language.
Right.
Just like you should know my boundaries. Like, you know, it's all a respect, it's all a love thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, I think you should you're learning because in the beginning, but to be constantly reminded and telling, That's what I'm saying.
But you also got to remember that sometimes people do need to be reminded about things. I'm not saying like, you know, you
and
forget,
I know life gets
or
busy.
you get comfortable. It's just like life gets busy.
I know life gets busy. Things happen.
Both people are working, and you know, there's this, that, and the other that comes up, and it's like it's not that you forget about that person. It's just like you're fucking rotating with life just as fast as it's coming. So sometimes that like, hey, you know, don't forget about us thing does kind of help.
But that's okay.
But
that works. But why? Okay, so
no,
you're making
no,
it seem like I need to always remind you.
No, I'm not. That,
you did just make it seem like that
you're
though.
You're making assumptions. What did I tell you about that?
You did no. I didn't say. I assume. I'm saying you're making it seem like that. Like if you watch when we play this back,
all right,
you'll be like, okay,
play that shit back, DJ.
You did make it seem like that right now.
No, what I'm saying is like that. So you like reassurance.
You do this like every time in a video, at least once.
What?
You get tongue tied.
I've been up since 2:30 this morning, man. I'm tired. But
anyway,
you like reassurance, so like it's not that we like it. It's just again, life gets busy, and every now and then, like hey, you know, remember we're still a thing here. Not that we forget, but
no, and that's fine. But like,
but you
the way you made it seem was like I shouldn't have.
No,
that's my
and
thing.
what
I
I'm
shouldn't
saying
constantly have
is
to
like,
remind you that we're a thing. We're literally married.
Like when you bring it up, instead of being like, and I'm not saying that you do it, but like sometimes you do. So I'm gonna use you as a great example. Like you'll be ignorant about it. Like you don't have there's no in between with you. Either you're gonna be nice or you're gonna be fucking rude. So there's no in between, and that's what I'm saying. Like if you come off nicely, like, hey, you know, maybe you should plan something, blah blah blah, something like that. You know, something nice. Not we never go on a fucking date, blah blah blah. All I want to, you know, see how that comes off differently. It's like you hear that and you're like, well, why the fuck would I want to take you on a date? You act like that. See? It's fucked up, but it's true.
I guess.
Treat somebody how you want to be treated. Exactly.
No, you didn't make a point there.
I heard the crickets chirping.
Sure. Okay. So, again, my opinion is that, yeah, you've got to tell, you also got to show people your love language, but I think you tell to a certain extent. You should get to know your person and just know, right?
Communicate.
And yeah, you communicate, but there's communicating and there's being fucking obnoxiously annoying when you're not listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. So I know you're just trying to still say I'm still telling. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying it shouldn't be constant.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be constant.
Yeah, no. I agree.
Okay, so you agree too.
I agree that it shouldn't be constant, but I also agree that you should tell somebody.
Okay, so
closed mouths don't get fed.
So we'll just agree to disagree.
Touche.
All right, so that's it for this one. See you guys on the next one.
Hueles a vainilla, te quiero. Dale, abrazame otro rato.